everyone, it's Katrina Parr, ERYT. I'm here sharing an Empower Yoga practice with you today. It's a beautiful sunny day. I'm going to share with you some sun salutations. The sun is out and it's kissing this awesome earth that we're sitting on. And although you might be in a kind of an uncertain time right now, we're spending a lot of time in our homes. We're going to really just, honor the sun and honor the energy that we are able to feel right now. So thank you for joining me. Let's come to sitting on your mat. And the only prop I have today is a strap. So we'll just use a strap just for a few stretches at the end, but like I mentioned, we're going to have a very vinyasa focused practice today. So again, find yourself sitting comfortably. No particular yoga pose, any pose that you think you feel most comfortable in. I've got dog footprints on my yoga mat. So find yourself sitting comfortably. I've chosen Sivasana, just legs crossed. Sitting here feeling tuned in. Take a moment, just close your eyes. Scan your body from the crown of the head to your sits bones. Feeling every sensation that presents itself in your body. Pay attention to your present moment. Pay attention to the breath as it enters and leaves your body. Witnessing all of the sensations that you feel in your body here in this present moment. You can begin to use your pranayama ujjayi breath. Still very focused inward. Eyes are closed. You're still scanning your body, searching for those areas that present sensation to you. And then just lift the back area of the throat and nourish your body by sipping breath in through the back of the throat into your diaphragm. And then exhaling as you press that breath back out through the back of the throat using the pranayama ujjayi breath. Breathing through the natural flow of your breath. Just letting that hissing sound resonate as you inhale and exhale. Let's pay some attention to your chitta vritti, the presentation in your mind. So as you notice any thoughts or emotions or dreams or memories, anything populating into the presentation of your mind, just draw your attention to those things, be aware of them, and then immediately let them drift away. So again, you're feeling very present in your body. You've witnessed all the sensations from the crown of the head to your sits bones. You're beginning to settle into this lotus pose or any other comfortable sitting posture that you've found. You're witnessing the sensations that posture presents to you. You're using the pranayama ujjayi breath, just lifting the back area of the throat, sipping breath into your diaphragm below the rib cage, and exhaling as you press that breath back out. And you're letting the mind become as still as this pose by identifying any thoughts that you have and letting them drift away. Okay, let's open our eyes. Let's begin to do some gentle movements. Let's inhale and just sweep the arms up high. Let's give ourselves a little twist here and just tilt to the left, framing your left knee. Gaze over your left shoulder behind you. And then bring it back to neutral. Sweep the arms back up high. Tilting to the right, frame the right knee. Gaze over the right shoulder. Exhaling here. Bring it back to neutral. Arms sweeping up high. Exhale, bring your palms of your hands to your heart. Interlace your fingers, reach the palms forward, let the arms rise on that deep inhale, and exhale, float the arms back down your sides. Drop the heel of the right hand and sweep your left arm overhead. Peel your left tricep back so you can gaze up. Maybe put a bend in that right elbow, and then bring yourself back to neutral and sweep the left arm down. The heel of the left hand touches down. Peeling that right shoulder back, right tricep back, gazing up, and exhaling as you float that right arm down. Now let's roll the shoulders up to your ears, peel them back down behind you and float them down. And again, shoulders up, back, and down. Just do a few more of those at your own pace. Slow down in the areas where your body naturally wants to move past. There's some sticky areas of this stretch. As slowly as you like, this is your final rotation. Search for that full range of motion for your shoulders. And then peel the shoulders all the way back. Exaggerate the peeling back of the shoulders. Float them down. The ears feel like they're miles away from your shoulders. Your shoulders are peeled way back and down. And now drop the crown of the head. Let's exhale as you just float the ear, one ear to hover over that shoulder. Let's take an inhale there and exhale, transition to the other side. Floating the other ear over the shoulder. Slow transition of movement. Take a deep inhale there. And exhale, roll your jaw back to your chest. Let's come up onto hands and knees. So meet me in tabletop pose. Knees below the hips, hands below your shoulders, and let's move into Chakravarkasana. So we're just going to exhale, drop your tailbone, drop your crown of the head, and round your spine. Inhale, go into the opposite orientation by arching your spine, tilting the pelvis forward, shoulders roll back, open your heart, gaze up, and exhale again as you round your spine. Inhaling as you arch. Use your breath, use the flow of your breath to guide you through this pose. Every time you exhale, you round. Every time you inhale, you arch. Moving through these poses into the depth of each pose, using your breath to guide you into each pose. Hold that arch as long as you inhale, and as you transition to your exhale, begin to transition to your arch, your rounded spine, and hold that rounded orientation for the length of your exhale, and then transition between your breath to your next pose. Okay, let's move up into your downward facing dog. So stamp your hands up on the corners of your mat. Curl your toes under and lift your sits bones high. Start to perfect your Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Couple posture adjustments. Hold this pose while you point the sits bones up high. And while you're pointing the sits bones up high, tuck your tailbone back down. Spiral your inner thighs out like you're trying to reach them out behind you. And just like we were moments ago, stretching the shoulders, reach your shoulders up and away from your ears. You're gazing up between your thighs. Take just 2 more breaths here in down dog. Now as you exhale, let's slowly walk the feet up to the front of the mat. Hands at your shins or fingertips to the mat. Reach through the crown of the head and you're gazing right down at the floor. Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, drop the crown of the head, Uttanasana. And do that again. Inhale, lift up halfway. Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Bend into your knees, sink your hips, take your arms out like airplane wings, and come back to standing. Let your palms touch above you, and exhale, Tadasana. All right, so let's move into our first Virabhadrasana, our first vinyasa. Standing at the foot of the mat. I'm going to move my mat back just a little bit. Standing at the very foot of your mat. Let's meet in mountain pose. Feet are hip distance and parallel. And let's inhale, sweep the arms up high. Hinge at your hips. Bow into your first forward fold. Drop the crown. And inhale, lift back up halfway. Now let's gently exhale as we step that right foot back. Here's your lunge. We're in our lunge pose. Let's warm up into this pose for just a few breaths. So stay on the ball of that right foot and elevate the right knee. Exaggerate the lift of that right knee. And your left knee is in a nice 90-degree angle. Just take a deep inhale. Full exhale. Squeeze your inner thighs together. One more inhale here. Plant the palms of both hands and exhale, transition by stepping your left foot back and meet me in plank pose. Take a deep inhale. Hug your rib cage in. Lengthen your tailbone down. Reach through the crown of the head. And we're going to float down through your first Chaturanga Dandasana for 5 seconds. So hover the chest forward. Tuck your elbows into your rib cage and lower down. Soften your jaw. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hover. And then lay down. Here's your Bhujangasana. Your toes reach out to the width of your mat. Shoulders peel back. Take a deep inhale in your Cobra Bhujangasana. Exhale. As you lower back down, on that same exhale, lift up to your downward facing dog. Shake your head no. Shake your head yes. Let's plant the left foot and inhale, lift the right leg high. Exhale, step the right foot forward. So here's your lunge. If you had any trouble making that transition, drop to your left knee and scoot that right foot forward. Lift that left knee. Lifting your left knee a lot, staying on the ball of your left toes. Squeezing your inner thighs together. Here's your lunge pose. Take a deep inhale, transition back to your plank pose by stepping that right foot back, and let's lower down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bhujangasana, take a deep inhale, peeling the shoulders back, elbows pointing back, the knees don't touch the mat. Exhale back into your downward facing dog. Plant the right foot, inhale, lift your left. Exhale as you step your left foot forward. Step the right foot forward. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, lifting up halfway. Exhale, Uttanasana. Sink into your hips. Take your arms out at your sides and rise back to standing, palms touch above you. Exhale, Tadasana, mountain pose. So that was your Surya Namaskar A. We're going to go in through Surya Namaskar A in full speed of breath. So every inhale has a pose, every exhale has a pose. So we'll be transitioning and really synchronizing the breath to your movement. So let's hold this pose, mountain pose, for just a breath. Find yourself standing in mountain pose, feet parallel, hip distance apart, shoulders still peeled back and rolled down behind you. Crown of the head rising. On your next inhale, sweep the arms up high. Palms can touch. Hinge at your hips. Draw your navel in as you bow. Drop the crown of the head. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, step the right foot back. Here's your lunge. Take a deep inhale. Plant the palms. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Bhujangasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Plant the left foot. Inhale, lift the right leg high. Exhale, step the right foot forward. Inhale, lunge pose. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale on your Bhujangasana, Cobra pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Plant the right foot. Inhale, lift your left. Exhale, step your left foot forward. Step the right foot forward. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Sink into your hips. Take your arms at your sides. Come back to standing. Take a deep inhale as your arms rise. Tadasana, mountain pose. All right, let's do a couple more of those. Take a drink of water if you need to right now. And let's find ourselves standing back at mountain pose. Take a breath. All right, two more. Surya Namaskar A's. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, bow forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, step the right foot back. Inhale, here lunge. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, Bhujangasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Plant the left, lift the right. Exhale as you step. Step the right foot forward. Inhale here. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, Bhujangasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Plant the right, lift your left. Deep inhale, exhale, step. Right foot steps forward. Halfway up, halfway lift. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Sink in your hips, arms out. Come to standing. We're gonna swan dive. Take a deep inhale and exhale, hinge at your hips. Perfect. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, step that right foot back. Inhale here. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, Bhujangasana. Exhale, downward facing dog. Plant the right. Lift your left. Exhale, step that left foot forward. Inhale, exhale, Chaturanga. Lowering down, inhale, Bhujangasana. Exhale, downward facing dog. Plant the left, lift the right. Exhale, step the right foot forward. Step your left foot forward. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Sink in your hips, arms at your sides. Let's come back to standing. Take a deep inhale all the way up. Let your palms touch above you and exhale, Tadasana, mountain pose. Nice. Okay, let's come into, we're gonna move into Surya Namaskar B. Okay, so this is a little bit more of a faster paced vinyasa. So take it slow, of course, on the first one. And we'll go back into that full speed in maybe the second or third, based on how we're feeling. So take a drink of water if you didn't take one earlier. Meet me in mountain pose. And let's flow. As you actually bring your soles of your feet together, big toe should be touching. Hopefully the floor you're standing on is more smooth than mine. But your big toes should be right next to each other, and your heels should be maybe a couple inches apart. And your toes spread like peacock feathers. Let's take a moment right here, standing in Ashtanga Tadasana. Alright, now let's float. Inhale, sweep the arms up high. Exhale, we're going to sit into our chair. Float the arms back. And inhale as your arms rise. Utkatasana. Squeezing your knees together, knees are stacked right above the shins, right above the ankles. Drawing the navel in, sipping the navel up, Like you can tuck your navel into your rib cage. Shoulders are peeled back. Exhale now as you bow into a forward fold. Bending your knees if you have to. Lifting up halfway. Ardha Uttanasana. Put a tiny bend in your knees, plant both hands, and walk or float back to plank pose. Take a deep inhale here. And we're gonna exhale into your Chaturanga Dandasana. So hovering the heart forward, tuck the elbows in and lower all the way down. Maybe go to the tops of your feet here instead of your Bhujangasana. Maybe you're in your up dog. And exhale into your downward facing dog. Let's plant the left foot, inhale, lift the right leg high. And exhale as you step your right foot forward. This time your left heel touches down. We're moving into Virabhadrasana, Warrior One. Again, the entire circumference of your left foot plants down and the right foot bends, or the right foot plants, right knee bends. You're spinning or you're peeling that left hip forward and your arms rise. Virabhadrasana One. Catch your breath. Make sure you're pressing that left pinky toe back into the mat. Take a deep inhale and you're going to exhale. Plant the palms of your hands, gracefully step that right foot back and lower down Chaturanga Dandasana. Again, you can go to your up dog. Tops of your feet touch the mat, shoulders still peel back. Exhale, transitioning to downward facing dog. Plant the right foot, inhale, lift your left leg high. And exhale as you step your left foot forward. Again, spiraling that right ankle so your right heel touches down. We're setting up for Virabhadrasana One. So again, that right hip is peeling forward. You're melting into your left knee. Arms can rise. One more deep inhale. And exhale, float back down. Chaturanga Dandasana on your exhale. Bhujangasana or up dog. Deep inhale, exhale, downward facing dog. Now here you can bend your knees a lot, so they almost touch the mat. You can gaze forward and you can float to the front of the mat if you want to. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Lifting up halfway, exhale, drop the crown, sink into your hips, bend your knees. Arms are back, here's your chair pose, and arms rise for Utkatasana. Palms touch, come to standing. Sweep the arms up high, and exhale, Tadasana. Nice. Okay, so that was our nice slow Surya Namaskar B. Take a drink of water if you need to. Let's do two more. Surya Namaskar B's. Take a moment to catch your breath. Such a beautiful day outside. All right, find yourself standing in Tadasana. Spread your toes like peacock feathers. You're in Ashtanga Tadasana, which means your big toes are touching. You've got about 2, maybe 3 inches between your heels. Feeling a really solid footing. Really grounding down through this basic standing mountain pose. Let's flow through 2 more Surya Namaskar B's. Inhale, sweep the arms up high. Here's your chair pose, Utkatasana. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, bow. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, walk or float back through Chaturanga Dandasana. Again, you can take up dog or Bhujangasana, cobra. Exhale into your downward facing dog. Plant the left foot, inhale, lift the right. Exhale, step the right foot forward. That left heel touches down for your Virabhadrasana 1. Float up on a deep inhale and float back down on your exhale. On that same exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Bhujangasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Plant the right foot, inhale, lift your left. Exhale, step the left foot forward. Dropping that right heel, rise up. Inhale, Bhujangasana. Exhale, Virabhadrasana. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Up dog if you want it. Down dog. And shake your head no. Shake your head yes. Let's Let's take a brief child's pose here. So take your knees to the width of the mat. Big toes touch. Hover your hips over your heels. Resting the forehead on the mat. Taking a few breaths. Tuning back in. Let this be a continuation of the tune in we had earlier in meditation. So letting yourself feel 100% whole and back to where you were. Every sensation of your body, every awareness of your chitta vritti. Let's take one more deep inhale. And let's exhale and finish our vinyasa. So meet me back up into downward facing dog. Big toes touch. Bend your knees a lot. Gaze forward and walk or float to the front of the mat. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, bow into a forward fold. Sink your hips, take your arms out behind you, and inhale into your Utkatasana. Bring your body back onto the heels. See if you can peel the toes up off the mat. Let your palms touch and come back to standing. Sweep the arms back up high. And exhale, Tadasana. Nice. So that was one more Surya Namaskar B. We'll take one final Surya Namaskar B, and then we'll go into a nice stretching out pose to release spine and release the legs. So again, standing here in Tadasana, big toes touch, a space between your heels. Bring your palms of your hands to your heart. Engage your core. Standing strong. Let's flow. Inhale, sweep the arms up high. Exhale into your chair. Arms are back on your exhale. Arms rise on your inhale. Find this perfect pose. Find a moment of stillness. And then exhale as you bow into a forward fold. Drop the crown of the head. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Up dog, downward facing dog. Plant the left foot. Inhale, lift the right. Exhale, step the right foot forward. Here's your Virabhadrasana 1. Rise up on a deep inhale. Exhale, bow. Chaturanga Dandasana on that exhale. Up dog, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left. Exhale, step your left foot forward. Dropping that right heel, rise up, Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Bhujangasana. Exhale, downward facing dog. Big toes touch, bend your knees a lot, gaze forward, and walk or float to the front of the mat. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, drop the crown. Sink into your hips. Arms are back on your exhale. Arms rise on your inhale. Palms touch, come to standing. Sweep your arms up high, just rinsing that vinyasa out. And Tadasana, mountain pose. Great, thank you so much for joining for the vinyasa. We're going to come down to sitting on the mat. My hair's about to fall out of this messy bun. So let's meet down, sitting on the mat, and we'll come to let's actually come down to bound angle. So let your feet be out in front of you. Again, have your strap handy. And pardon me if my hair begins to look crazy. I don't know what my hair looks like right now, but who cares? So your soles of your feet should touch, big toes touch. Find a good space where this pose feels comfortable. So heel to heel, toe to toe, and maybe you're catching your hands at your shins or hands cupping your toes. Find that pose. You have your strap handy, so you could even use your strap if you wanted to. Bring that around the bottoms of your feet, really adhering the feet together. Feel the shoulders peel back, just as we did many times, especially that first time when we peeled the shoulders back at meditation earlier in this practice, and then lift through the crown of the head. And as you exhale, let's come down into a forward fold. But that just means hinging forward just slightly That's your forward fold. Perhaps you can release the inner thighs so much that you might be able to drift your forehead closer to your toes. And let's take a few more breaths in this bound angle pose. And really think of this as a journey of this pose. Like you felt some tightness in your hips. I'm sure you feel something stretching your inner thighs, your inner hamstrings. If you can explore all the sensations you feel, you might be able to breathe into those areas and allow them to relax and maybe float an inch deeper into this pose. Let's come out of the pose and let's extend both legs out forward. So moving into Paschimottanasana, let's take the straps. Put the strap around the ball of the feet and tighten up the strap with your hands. Reach through the crown of the head and exhale as you bow into a forward fold. So you're just drawing the strap in closer to you. And then when you feel comfortable, reach through the crown of the head toward your toes. Come out of this pose, put your strap off to the side, and we're going to move into Purvottanasana. So the counter pose to your forward fold is Purvottanasana. Walk your feet, or walk your hands rather, just a few inches behind you. Open your heart, point your toes, and elevate the hips. Challenge yourself to bend your elbows and straighten them again. A few more times. And then relax your hips back down to the mat. Let's come to Shavasana. And so here's where I will let you take as long of a Shavasana as you'd like to be. In fact, you can actually begin to lower the volume of this video or even pause it completely and find your favorite meditation music. I'll put a few suggestions of my favorite songs for meditation in the description of this video. But take a moment now, having had a wonderful vinyasa of your own pace. Take a moment now just to let all of those poses, all of the work that you did, the muscles that you mind-body connected with, enter into a cellular layer of your body. Close your eyes, lying down on your back, arms and legs spread out like you're a starfish on a beach. And just as you cultivated that moment of stillness in your mind and your body, when you began meditating prior to this practice, find that same awareness of your present moment right now. And let your body become still, and let your mind harness that same stillness. If you find yourself having a thought, a dream, a memory, whatever might present itself in your chitta vritti, the constant changing forms of your mind, let those things drift away and just be still. Just be present and enjoy exactly who you are, knowing exactly who you are right now, being very happy and content in this moment. Maintain this stillness. Keep your eyes closed. And again, tune into any meditation music that you think you enjoy. And thank you so much for joining me for an Empower Yoga practice this morning.